Welcome to Rochambeau, the podcast about unique competitions, extraordinary events, and other amazing adventures. I'm Ted.
And I'm Kim. Welcome back, guys.
Yeah, where the heck you guys been? We've been sitting here by the microphones just waiting.
Just waiting. Yeah. Waiting for your call, twirling our hair.
I hope he likes me. So, Kim.
Yes?
I have something very exciting to talk about today.
I'm ready. What you got?
On today's episode, Wheelbarrows. Now, you're looking at me like I'm crazy.
Well, that's a strange thing to say on Rochambeau.
Right.
Wheelbarrows.
Wheelbarrows.
Today's episode, chairs. What's happening here,
chairs. Ted? Well, so I started looking at the Wheelbarrow Olympics.
Oh.
And that sounds like a cool competition right up our alley.
That's very Rochambeau, yes.
Then I discovered there's extreme wheelbarrowing.
Okay.
And then I discovered a whole bunch of other crazy stuff involving wheelbarrows.
Very multi-layered.
Yes, yeah. So this is going to be awesome. We're going to cover competitions, events, and adventures.
I love it.
All with the amazing and underrated wheelbarrow.
And I think I'm going to walk away knowing a lot more about wheelbarrows.
Oh, you will. More than you ever wanted to know. So hold on to your little handles.
All right, I'll hold on to my mic.
All right, so let me give you a little history of the wheelbarrow just to kind of set the tone here.
How old is the wheelbarrow?
Well, Kim, good question. The wheelbarrow is said to date... Well, the wheelbarrow is said to be invented by the Prime Minister of the Shu Han Dynasty. His name is Zhuge Liang in 231 A.D.
Wow, and in China?
In China,
correct?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm sorry, China, yep. In the Han Dynasty in China.
Wow.
But there's also evidence that says it goes back even further. There's paintings of around 118 A.D. with wheelbarrows in it.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. These suckers have been around for a long time. The wheelbarrow was very prominent in the history of China. Like, I guess, from what I read, there was a nice road system in China before the 3rd century.
Oh my gosh, that's impressive.
Yeah, they had carts and horses and stuff. For some reason, all that fell apart. I guess like the royals used to cruise around on the roads to see their lands.
Yeah.
To beat their peasants.
See their peasants,
right.
exactly.
Yeah.
Look at your terrible life.
Something like that.
Yeah.
But the road started falling apart, and so Mr. Liang, sorry, everybody, invented the wheelbarrow, and his version was a wheel behind him, and he held 2 handles, and it was for the farmers to carry their stuff to market, right? It evolved into pushing it in front of you, a big wheel in the middle with your load on top of that. So
yep, I've actually seen that. So it's almost like a plank with one wheel in the middle. Yep.
Yeah, one wheel in the middle, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was big enough that they could haul pretty much as a mule. Oh. One guy could haul as much as a mule can.
Wow.
Then you have to feed the mule. The wheelbarrow's never going to act up.
They would not haul a mule.
You could.
But you could.
You could. It probably did. They'd haul people and goods and weapons and probably mules.
Great.
Yeah. So when Liang invented it, he called it the wooden ox. And it was pretty much made for the farmers and for war, as things happened back in those days. In fact, the wheelbarrow could be considered the most efficient transport option up until the Industrial Revolution. So, it started out with a guy in a wheelbarrow, and then it evolved to have a guy, a wheelbarrow, and a donkey pulling it, so they could pull even more weight. And then, this is the coolest thing I've ever read. They added...
Sorry, such big words.
I know. I'm not prone to hyperbole either.
Really?
Yeah. I never have been prone to hyperbole.
All right, if you say so.
Yeah, but they added frickin' sails.
Oh, that's genius.
Yeah, so they had 3rd century wind-powered land ships.
Wow.
Can you imagine 6-foot wide sails pulling a wheelbarrow?
That's so smart.
China.
Across the China?
It's pretty amazing. And that went on into the 1900s. They still had that.
Holy moly.
Yeah. We're missing something in our lives if we don't have wind-powered land ships.
I would like more things to have sails.
Yeah,
in my life.
Why not sitting in traffic with some sails fluttering, the ching 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 of the ropes and the clanking.
Ted would know. He's officially a sailor now.
I'm a sailor now. Yeah. The wheelbarrow was huge in China, but it took over 1,000 years for it to come to the West.
Wow.
For 1,000 years, Chinamen, China folk.
It's not like people were hopping on the web going, I wonder what's going on in China.
Right.
Information did travel more slowly.
They did.
more through sales.
Well, you think, right.
Right?
Right, more sales.
But yeah, you would think like-minded invention. It would have
Somebody
happened
would see that
everywhere.
and be like, what the heck?
Yeah.
When it did finally come over, it was more traditional, what we are used to, being in the West, with the wheel in the front and more of the bucket behind it, which is less efficient. You can't carry as much, but it is more maneuverable, so you can dump stuff. So pretty much, wheelbarrows are the coolest thing ever, right?
Okay.
Are you on board now?
I am enjoying your story.
Okay, we'll leave it at that. So once it arrived in England, the wheelbarrow has stayed put, and now they celebrate it by having events.
Oh, those English.
Yes. And their events are decorating them with flowers.
Aw.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That sounds lovely.
A history-changing device. Yeah. Oh, let's plant some flowers in it.
Make it pretty.
Let's make a little display.
Make it pretty. Make it smell nice.
Yep. So on the event front, that's a big thing in England. There's a lot of schools hold wheelbarrow decorating events. There's the Sudbury in Bloom, which a town has their own little events of decorating wheelbarrows. Yep. And recently I was in Ireland and I was walking around and I saw, at least on one occasion, a wheelbarrow decorated with flowers in the display store.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at that.
I know. The mighty wheelbarrow has now been covered in flowers. There's also lots of adventures associated with the wheelbarrow.
How so?
Well, there is a product called the Honey Badger. All right. And this, I know.
Go on.
Go on. This guy he combined a wheelbarrow, the old ancient Chinese style, with the big wheel, with mountain bike technology. So he has a big 29 or 30 inch wheel with a rack sitting high up on it. He has disc brakes on it, but he can transport huge goods very efficiently, like through the woods.
Is he still on his feet?
He's still on his feet.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pushing this wheelbarrow, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's a fancy high-tech one with disc brakes because it can stop going down hills. But he can haul these examples using it for hunting, so you could throw some deer on there after you kill them.
Oh, wow.
Or you can load it with coolers, He was using it for a off-road baby stroller. So like you could go running through the woods and you could hop it over trees and stuff.
With the baby.
Yeah, with the baby. Carefully.
Sugar. Wow.
Yeah, but it was a pretty cool way to carry your gear instead of on your back. If you're hiking, I'll put it on my wheelbarrow and go out in the woods.
That baby's really weighing me down.
Yeah, you can
throw it in a cart in front of me and run.
Several babies on there, maybe even the whole fam.
Several babies and a donkey.
Yeah, you could put the baby on the donkey. And they also use something similar to that in the UK. They use it for carp fishing. I guess there's large carp. So
a way to haul the fish off afterwards. I'm assuming the wheelbarrow's not going in the sea.
No, it's not. But I think they haul their coolers in filled with ale.
Sure.
And then they drink the ale.
I love it.
When they have enough ale, they have enough carp, and they get out of there with the carp.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, I love it. And then there's a cool thing called the mono walker.
Okay, what is that?
It's similar to the original wheelbarrow design where you pull it behind you.
Yep.
You could maybe call it a
trailer. Which is, by the way, also very similar to a rickshaw.
Like a rickshaw, yeah.
Right.
We're going to classify that as a wheelbarrow.
Okay.
So this is amazing. There's a lady named Lucy Barnard, who I believe is Australian. Her and her dog, Wombat, are walking from the tip of South America to the highest point in Alaska.
Are currently walking? Whoa.
Yeah, it's a 30,000 kilometer trek. They're about 7,000 kilometers in, last time I checked. And it's all self-contained with her wheelbarrow and her dog and the tents.
Wow.
Walking the length of the earth.
Impressive. And that came up within your wheelbarrow research.
Yeah.
By the way,
yeah.
Look what's happening now.
Look what you can do with a wheelbarrow.
That's great. And I love the fact our dog is named Wombat.
Yeah.
I love animals that have the names of other animals. Like one of my best friend's cat was named Chicken. And I love that. It just gets me. Love it.
Yeah. I should have named a dog Kitty. So if you want to follow them, they're called Tangles and Tails.
Cute.
Her hair is tangly and the dog has a tail. And if that's not enough, Kim,
I need more.
You need more. Okay. Let's get to the Wheelbarrow Olympics.
Yes.
Finally.
What you got?
Finally, people, we're getting there. Okay, this happens every year. I thought, I first said it happens every day. No. Every year in May in Hungary. This is a fairly traditional Olympic fair, as you would guess, with a wheelbarrow. It's racing with a wheelbarrow. There are singles races, doubles races, triples, sandwich races, speed and skill tasks.
Let's talk about sandwich.
Well, we got to get there first.
Oh, okay.
I know.
Because the rest kind of seems self-explanatory.
Does it?
It does.
Okay, so we'll see.
Okay.
All right. First, let me tell you what singles would go. One person up races around a cone, pushes the barrel under a table, retrieves it, then races around another cone and comes straight back. Okay. Doubles, how do you think that works?
Doubles. 2 people racing 1 wheelbarrow.
You're right. Yeah. They do the same thing. They
Sweet.
run up around the cones, under the table, and then they go straight back. Triples. What do you think happens with that?
Someone's in the wheelbarrow?
Nope. 2 people. Nope. 3 people, 2 wheelbarrows.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So they go straight up around the table and back. They don't have to do any weaving.
That would be a little more difficult.
And then your favorite sandwich.
What is a sandwich?
What would you guess?
I don't know.
Okay.
Something with bologna.
Well, these racers are not full of baloney, Kim. They're professionals. This is 1 person, 2 wheelbarrows. You have 1 wheelbarrow in front of you, and 1 wheelbarrow
The person
behind
is
you.
the bologna.
The person is the baloney.
Wow.
Yes. And they just go straight up and back, but that seems really hard. And it's not a skill you need on the site, the job site, I don't think.
No, probably not.
But it'd be pretty cool. And then there's speed and stuff. You haul kegs, you run around the table, you dump off the kegs, you run back, tag somebody, you run up.
Fun.
Then this event is going on in May. There's bands and stuff. I think there's a band called Metal Wheelbarrow.
Oh,
Yeah.
heck yeah.
Oh, you know, be a good wheelbarrow band. Like if you could be, you could put a bunch of grain in there. You could be hauling oats.
A+.
Thank you very much.
Well done.
Yeah. All right. So, I mean, Wheelbarrow Olympics is pretty awesome. There's also a wheelbarrow race in Kenya.
Oh, cool.
Called Hell's Gate.
Yeah.
Sounds tough.
Ooh.
Pretty metal. To Hell's Gate on a Wheelbarrow is the official title. And it's an exciting, challenging, unique fundraising event held at Hell's Gate National Park, Naivasha. This has over 100 teams, which I guess
100 teams.
200 people at least, right?
Whoa.
Yeah, I think there's a person in the barrow, and there's a runner, there's a pusher, and maybe they switch back and forth. But it's a 7-kilometer course with mud and hills. It's kind of like a Spartan race that we have here in the States, but with wheelbarrows. To Hell's Gate.
Wow.
So if you're in Kenya and you're around for the wheelbarrow race, get back to us. Let us know how it went.
Oh, yes, please do.
Yeah, please do. And then what you've all been waiting for, extreme freestyle wheelbarrow.
What does that mean?
This is the coolest thing you're ever going to see in your life.
You are just dropping the bold statements today.
I know. I watched a video of a guy named Golden Boy. It's a German skateboarder named Alex Siegfried. I guess he's a pro. I'm not sure. But anyway, so I watched the video of him doing his crazy stunts, and it was pretty impressive. I saw some blunt slides. I saw wall rides. He did a couple flips. He was doing grinds.
Wow.
Like running through a city with a golden painted wheelbarrow, and he's jumping downstairs and sliding the wheelbarrow down the stairs. And
is that where our cover image for this episode came from?
Yes, it is.
It's pretty amazing looking.
Yeah.
Can you put that video on the website too?
Yeah, sure will.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's
Oh
pretty
my
cool.
gosh.
Like at first you're like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And then you're like, this is pretty cool. And by the end you're like, that was cool, but maybe the dumbest thing I've ever seen. But it was an awesome, dumb, cool.
Right.
As we love.
Which is what we tend to go for.
Right. So if you want to get into it, Kim, if you want to start getting into some extreme freestyle wheelbarrow, there's some tricks like the pop jump, the grind. You can do a nose stall where you pop up your wheelbarrow and stall it on a thing. Wall rides, you can flip it. Nose wheelie, which is pretty self-explanatory. You jump through the arms of the wheelbarrow.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's pretty intense stuff. So don't try this at home with your parents' wheelbarrow.
No, get your own wheelbarrow first.
Yeah.
Because you might ruin it.
With some padding.
Yes.
Yeah.
And a helmet.
Always wear a helmet when you're wheelbarrowing.
You're going to see me doing yard work next week, pushing our wheelbarrow around with a helmet.
Yeah. I have a pretty
first.
awesome wheelbarrow. I haven't done any tricks with it yet, but maybe I should.
Do you ever use it? We use ours all the time.
Love it.
Yeah.
Mine is a super advanced one that has 2 wheels.
Ooh.
It's mind-boggling.
I don't even know what to think of that.
No, it's great. Huh. It never tips.
I
mean, except when you want it to.
Yeah.
Then it's a little harder. But
wow. Do you even call that a wheelbarrow?
I do.
Not a wheels?
Wheelsbarrows?
No.
No, it might be a wheelsbarrow.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So have you learned enough about wheelbarrows today?
I think so.
Wheelsbarrows?
I feel like I have a lot of information swirling in my little brain right now.
Right.
Enough to process for a couple weeks.
So are you going to go on the adventure, the competition, or the event?
I would probably go to the competition.
Yeah.
I don't think I would compete, but man, do I like watching other people compete.
It is pretty fun.
It's one of my biggest joys in life.
And I imagine they all get together afterwards and like, you really pushed it, didn't you?
Really pushed that barrel to the limit.
You really hauled ass.
Yes,
Yeah.
good job, Ted Ledoux.
Thank you, Kimberly
Very
Jobs.
cool. You made me interested in wheelbarrows. I did not think that would be possible.
When I read all this stuff, and I met my friends out, and I was telling them all about it, they're like, shut up about wheelbarrows.
Why don't you save that for your
Right.
podcast,
Yeah,
mister?
Yeah,
we're done with your voice for right now.
Well, folks, if you enjoyed this episode, hopefully you will enjoy some more of our other episodes because we have them and you should listen to them.
That's right. There's a whole bunch out there. We appreciate you guys listening. It would really help us a lot if you did enjoy the podcast, if you would tell a friend about it.
Right. And you could leave us a review, share it on your Facebook or your Instagram.
Oh my gosh, that would be so nice.
Yeah. Plus, there's people out there who don't know this about wheelbarrows.
And they should,
Right.
or they won't sleep well
Right.
tomorrow.
Right. They'll be like,
I'm going to sleep like a baby.
I'm going to sleep in my wheelbarrow. Wheelsbarrow.
Thank you, Cadillac Jones, for supplying the music for this podcast. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah. And if they happen to be in your town, go see them. They're amazing.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. Till next time, people.
Goodbye. Bap.
What just happened?
That was a trumpet.
Was it?
That's my Cadillac Jones trumpet.
One more time.
Bap.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. See?
Caddy trumpet.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.